Hey everyone, thanks for joining me in this episode of the Healthy Brain Podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about when it's time to ask for help. Before we get into the details of this episode, I want to invite you to join me in my Reinvent Your Mornings workshop. It's a digital online workshop, July 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll find the link to join in the show notes. And a little bit about this workshop. Did you ever wish that you were a morning person who was excited for the day ahead? Maybe you are like me and you dread the mornings. Yes, that was me a few years ago. This changed when I learned to create an impactful morning routine that reinvented my life. I invite you to become the person who jumps out of bed in the mornings excited to start the day. Like I said, you could find the link in the show notes, Reinvent Your Mornings. You also get a bonus, not only will create your morning routine during the Reinvent Your Mornings workshop, you'll get worksheets to guide you through the creation of your morning routine, and everyone who registers gets access to my digital intentional morning course. It's 7 videos where I walk you through the important principles of a morning routine. All right, let's get on to this episode. So currently in my Brain Health Bootcamp, this is my 12-week coaching program. We've started the module with the topic of obstacles. Every week, there's a different topic that is enhancing and supporting our brain health. So this week, upcoming week, we're diving into different obstacles people experience and how to solve for them. It's interesting that I found through my own journey and as a coach, a health and life coach, that we get to this point around 3 to 4 weeks into a goal, and the brain creates resistance. It creates obstacles. Usually we give up because we don't have the tools. And a lot of times we're confused and we think that, well, it is so difficult. I have this obstacle coming up. I'm probably not meant to reach this goal. But in my coaching program, I'm teaching my clients how to navigate these obstacles and not to give up. I want to share a few points here on the podcast to help you. If you're going through obstacles, you feel stuck or discouraged in your health and life goals. Maybe it's that you've been trying to solve for a problem, trying to solve for the obstacle in an area of your life. Maybe you've been trying everything. Like you would say to me, yeah, I've tried everything, but I'm not making any progress. Whether it's a goal for your health, your finances, relationship. If this is you, then it may be time to ask yourself if it's time to ask for help. I recently experienced this in my own life. In a particular area of my life, I had a goal. Or I have a goal, and I've been struggling with making progress. I feel I've tried all the steps, but I haven't really achieved the results that I'm expecting, and I'm really discouraged, or I was really discouraged. So I went through a set of questions, and I'm going to be sharing those with you in a moment. After I answered these questions, I realized that I needed to ask for help. Now, it doesn't always happen where if you're experiencing an obstacle that you always need to get assistance and get help. But this could possibly be, in my case, it was an important thing for me to ask for help. Maybe you're like me. I like to solve problems myself. But I have learned through my coaching journey, and listen close, that I can make faster progress when I have help. Yes, I could do everything and all the things. And maybe I would get the results, maybe I wouldn't, but I really have shifted my mindset in this acceptance of asking for help. So in this particular circumstance, I decided I needed a coach in that particular area of my life. Just making that decision, I felt such relief. I felt grounded with my plan moving forward, and I felt support. I know that this coach is on my side and will help me to navigate the obstacles and help me to come up with, I thought I'm going through all these steps. And even after the first call, I have 2 or 3 things that I can be doing and mindset shifts I can be doing and implementing that will help me make progress in this goal. So let's get to the questions. These are some questions you can ask yourself if you're feeling stuck. Have you made progress in your goal? If not, so the second question, if not, then why? This is where you would list out the obstacles. Is it that you don't have enough time? If you don't have enough resources, you don't know what to do. Maybe it's consistency. Maybe it's too complicated or too easy. So what are the obstacles? They can be physical obstacles. It could be like the scheduling and the responsibilities. And it could be how you're thinking about. That can be an obstacle. It's a huge obstacle for many people, is how we think about our goal and our lack of progress. The third question is, what do you foresee as obstacles in the next month as you work towards your goal? So when we are looking at, in my coaching program, I have people not only identify what they've experienced in the past as an obstacle, but I really want them to think ahead in the next week or 2 or 3 weeks. What's coming up? Is it vacation? Is it more responsibilities at work? Is it kids going back to school? Is it changes in responsibility at home? Whatever that is, make a note of these obstacles that you foresee. And the fourth question is, what are the possible avenues that can help support you navigate these obstacles? And this is where maybe one of the avenues is asking for help. Maybe one of the obstacles, it could be just changing how you're approaching the program that you selected. Maybe you don't have enough information and you're missing some key information for reaching that goal. But the obstacle or the avenue I want to talk about, and what we're talking about today, is when you need to ask for help. Because maybe that avenue, if you're looking at all the obstacles and you're like, yeah, this keeps happening. This is happening and this happens, and it just is a consistent obstacle, then maybe asking for help, and I'll go through the different types of help that you can look into. Our brain looks at asking for help almost as it's like self-defeating. And you can look at asking for help like you failed, or you've made a big mistake, or you're just a procrastinator, or you just aren't motivated. All these things, these terms that we come up with when we are not achieving the outcomes that we've set. So asking for help can feel self-defeating if you think of it that way. This thinking will only keep us in a self-defeated, non-productive mindset. We really have to be intentional with shifting our mindset, starting by answering those questions that I gave you, shifting into a growth mindset. Like, what can I do? Instead of just, yeah, these are obstacles. Like, be honest with yourself. These are obstacles. This is a problem. Having that awareness, some people don't even want to address the obstacles. They're just like, well, it's just because I'm a procrastinator, or I'm not motivated, and it's just not for me, or I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time, all these things. Instead, let's just look at, is it really the obstacle? It could be the obstacle, yes. It could be your mindset around it. And it could be when you shift to a growth mindset, that's the first step, is noticing and learning from your mistakes or failures. And then having like, what do I do now with it? Because a fixed mindset keeps us in this, I'm in an obstacle, I can't make any progress, blaming other people, blaming the circumstance, instead of taking the bull by the horns and saying, all right, I know that with a growth mindset, I'm going to look at what can I learn from this, and what can I do? What is a possible avenue? So the possible avenue could be asking for assistance. And I truly believe that asking for assistance can help strengthen you. It can help create a sense of trust and acceptance and commitment to yourself, because we're not meant to do things alone. Now, there are many things that we do need to do just ourselves. Really, if you're going to be working out, that's you. You can't wait necessarily for a group class to go work out. But having this mindset shift of asking for assistance can be so helpful. So what are the types of help that I'm talking about? It can look like many different things. I mentioned that for me, I wanted a coach in a particular area. It could be that you want a health coach. Maybe you want a life coach. This is where I come in. So definitely reach out if you are interested in more info. Also, though, I do have a new cycle of the 12-week health boot camp that I'm hosting, and that will start in August. So just come to the workshop or register, and then you'll know when I've opened up registration for the new 12-week boot camp. But other types of help could be a doctor. Maybe you have been trying to solve something by yourself and you need a doctor's opinion. Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe it's a teacher in that you want to learn more about a particular area. So you're taking classes and certifications. It could be a type of help, could be a friend, a family member, a mentor, a priest, or a spiritual advisor. So look around you. First off, you want to look at where you think you may need help. It may not be for everything, right? It's just one particular thing. And then it's like, look around you. First, look around in your orbit to see who is there that maybe you haven't even realized. Maybe you're on their email list, or maybe you see them once in a while and you remember that they're a particular professional that can possibly help and guide you, because they've spent all this time and education learning about a certain area, and you can supercharge your progress when you learn from someone who's gone through it already. That's why when in my coaching program, I bring real life experience with myself in using these tools, and I attempt to, and I really simplify things for people so they can look at it like, yes, I can do this. I've spent years looking at with the neuroscience and the coaching tools to help people, just like a mentor, maybe you have a business mentor that you, or a business coach who you would like to work with, thinking, they can help me. They can help me when I'm feeling this obstacle. I hope that this episode has really almost given you this quote unquote permission that even though you could do it yourself, but if you're really experiencing a lot of obstacles, it may be time to ask for help and assistance for a short period of time, just to help you, support you, and try those questions that I gave you, the 4 questions, run through those. Make sure you do sign up for this Reinvent Your Mornings workshop. I look forward to seeing you there. Take care, everyone.